What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review. A lot of things going on the show tonight. Hopefully, everybody out there had a safe holiday weekend, or, just blow shit up, as I like to call it. I usually like to now call it blow shit up day as of Saturday. Then again, I got folks playing with fireworks for the past 2-3 weeks now, so it's like I hear fireworks every night out here. But Saturday, that's when the big guns come out, and it's a competition with folks on my block. So basically, it's now called it's blow shit up day. But other than blow shit up day, we do move on into Monday Night Raw. I believe this is the go home show before Extreme Rules, if I'm not mistaken. And we do kick off the show with Drew McIntyre pretty much calling out Dolph Ziggler, wanting to know what the stipulation to that match was going to be at Extreme Rules. And he called Ziggler out. Ziggler came out then, pretty much talked about the decision. And, he said he wasn't going to be taking his talents to South Beach. LeBron James joke, which is kind of funny. Aren't they already in South Beach? Because the Performance Center is in Florida. So you're already kind of there in I guess the part of Florida. I don't know. You're already in Florida, all right? But like I say, he's taking his talents down there. It's funny with Florida right now because, didn't this company test 30-something people now? They got positive with the virus, to what I've heard. That's what I've heard today. That's what everybody's been reporting out here. But I don't know. But hey man, somehow that Performance Center is still going out here though, but that's a story for a different day though. But Ziggler pretty much tried to go through his accomplishments and everything of what he's done and how McIntyre has an asterisk to his because, he hasn't been between 2014 and 17. That's when, Drew was gone from the company and whatnot. But Ziggler pretty much started talking about Drew, about how he stabbed people in the back and forgetting about them, especially on his route becoming the WWE champion. And he wanted to bring somebody out right now that felt the same way. Surprisingly, Heath Slater was back. Heath Slater had a free agent t-shirt on and pretty much talked about their history in 3MB at the time, and pretty much talked about how Dolph Ziggler, not Dolph Ziggler, but how Drew McIntyre won the WWE Championship and how he watched it when he beat Brock, and that, he cried when he saw that match and everything. He said that was the first time his kids ever saw him cry, having tears in his eyes and everything, because he loves McIntyre, as a big, just a brother, he called him. But, where was he when he got released from the company, huh? Because he asked him twice, where was I? Where were you, huh? Where were you? Where were you when I was released? And Slater pretty much talked about how he was on the bump, the one show that would allow him to speak his mind in this company, and that he was going to be fighting for his girls. Not the 22 kids everybody in the world on the internet wants to think he has and whatnot, but, for his two kids. What the hell was that? For his kids right now at the time. Like I said, fireworks every night I'm hearing out here. But pretty much he wanted to know why wasn't he there for him, basically. Where was he, huh? Where was Drew during this time? But Slater also brought up how they came up together, how McIntyre came all the way, from across the pond to come over here. And, pretty much everything they did just to where they was in WWE at the time. And Slater pretty much talked about, on the bump that he would petition for them two to have a match, he says. And, he's been in unemployment line lately, and he hopes their friendship can hold on, but this is an opportunity that Heath Slater wants right now. And he asked McIntyre, can you give me an opportunity as a friend and whatnot? Drew pretty much didn't want to fight him, but Slater pretty much walked up to him. He slapped him. He says, what about now, huh? Come on. And Drew pretty much said that you're on. You want to fight? You got to fight. Which this match ended up being 5 seconds of Drew just kicking this guy's head off. Basically, Slater got a couple punches in, and that was it. So this didn't really go anywhere. It was a great promo by Heath Slater, which probably some say the best promo he may have cut in his entire career. Which, honestly, I was just surprised to see the guy back in general. But right after Ziggler pretty much was pissed at Slater right after the match. He was pissed off at him. He ended up slapping him. Slater pushed him to the ground, knocking him there. Ziggler pretty much tried to tackle him, pretty much getting the upper hand. But Drew came out then and pretty much knocked Ziggler away from him. Ziggler got out of dodge, and pretty much right after, Drew ended up helping Slater up to his feet, and the crowd or the fans or the performance center students ended up clapping and everything after they shook hands and hugged right after. Like I said, I was just surprised to see Heath Slater in general. I know it's been rumors about him going to other companies like either AEW or Impact. I was just surprised. I don't know if he's under contract or what's going on with Heath Slater right now. I don't know if the WWE has hired him back or not. I'm not really sure at this time. I was just surprised to see him even in this promo. I guess he was just there to help promote this feud between him and Ziggler, because nobody really believes Ziggler is going to win this title in general, nor why is this match even happening. It's just happening just to be happening, and I guess Heath Slater is going to bring some type of excitement to it. I don't know how much, but it was surprising to see him, and he cut a very good promo out there. What is happening to Heath Slater next? I have zero clue, all right? And I'm sure people would want to be thinking it's going to be a 3MB reunion and whatnot, but obviously Jinder Mahal is out again with a knee injury, I believe, so don't expect to see a 3MB reunion or some type of forum up again anytime soon, okay? But right after then, we got Sasha and Bayley, who are in the back pretty much talking about, they're taking over the world, they're doing all this, and talked about Asuka and everything, that she has no chance against them. Asuka heard after Sasha and Bayley walked away, and they pretty much asked Asuka, what are you going to do? Can you handle both of them? But Asuka pretty much says, who said I was going to be doing this alone? She laughed, she did her dance, and she walked away after that. Sasha and Bayley were in the ring, though, pretty much talking about Asuka and Sasha's going to beat her at Extreme Rules for the Women's Championship, and talk about how they're going to be taking over everything. They're on all shows, Sasha 3 shows, and was it Bayley 3 brands and Sasha 3 shows, and Bayley dough straps, and 2 belt banks and whatnot, and how they're going to take over the world and the company or whatnot. But Asuka came out and pretty much told Sasha she's not good at math and that she's not ready for Asuka. But Bayley pretty much says that Banks already humiliated you for the last few weeks now. She's going to do it at the pay-per-view, and that Sasha's ready for everything, so you bring anybody you want. Next, Kairi Sane was back, surprisingly. I know it's been a couple rumors now that Kairi's supposed to be leaving the company or retiring from WWE. That's what I've heard in the past few days, but obviously Kairi Sane is still here in the company, and she is back going against Sasha Banks. Not a bad match, I will say. Pretty good. Yes, it ended up in a DQ, which I'm sure everybody thought Kairi was going to lose anyway, because, Sasha's the one with the title shot. Like I said, it was a good match, though, for what it was. It's better than putting Kairi back in the ring with Nia Jackson damn near get killed out there and whatnot. But this was still a pretty good match for the time being. It was before it ended in a disqualification. Basically, right after they had a brawl, and Kairi ended up hitting the insane elbow on both of Sasha and Bayley from the top rope all the way to the ground, knocking them. So, like I said, not a bad match. It was just surprising to see Kairi Sane back in the fold also, because I didn't know what was going on with her. But next, right after, I guess Aleister Black was attacked backstage. I actually thought it was Rey Mysterio because of the mask, but I guess they put the mask on top of Aleister Black, leaving him in a heap on the ground and whatnot, because it was supposed to be a tag team match later on. But right after, though, we then went to the Big Show, going to the Viking Raiders, Hanson and Rowe. I guess I should say, congratulations to Rowe right there. Him and Sarah Logan, I guess, are going to be having a kid. So, yes, kudos to them. But Big Show was pretty much asking them if they were ready for tonight in this 6-man tag. Basically, they pulled out the bowling ball. This is how they beat the Street Profits. But Big Show says, listen, man, I'm all for fucking games, but we're in the ring with the legend killer Randy Orton. I need you guys to be serious. But the Viking Raiders pretty much went on and say, we got that Edge and Christian, 5-second pose for the benefit of those of flash photography. But Big Show was not playing and pretty much chopped both of them, which you had to chop Hanson a second time just to get him into it. But they says, listen, We might be about the games and whatnot, but when we get in the ring, it's all about the raid. But right after Kevin Owens came out for the Kevin Owens show, because before Kevin Owens got a dodge due to the virus and whatnot, but I guess he's back again. And he threw the chairs out immediately out the ring, because we all know what happens when we do these shows and whatnot, so it's best to get rid of the chairs now. But he brought out Seth Rollins, calling him a giant piece of trash. Seth came out and asked Owens about his, fractured ankle and whatnot since WrestleMania, since we're already going back to WrestleMania again. Owens pretty much talked about, he had a t-shirt because, listen, man, we at a WrestleMania moment, we both had it together. We made that WrestleMania moment and whatnot. So he gave him one of his KO Mania shirts and whatnot that he wore since he beat Seth Rollins. When he wore that shirt, Rollins pretty much says, I don't give a damn about you, your shirt, your show, anything. I am here to talk about on your platform about Rey Mysterio being medically cleared and that they have unfinished business, that he's going to make him a permanent sacrifice for the betterment of Monday Night Raw, and said that Owens sacrificed himself for WrestleMania to beat him, and questions now what it cost, okay? Seth pretty much went on to say that Owens has been on the shelf with that broken ankle, and while he has risen to prominence since their match, Owens needs more than he think he does. That now Owens needs Seth Rollins. Rollins pretty much says you need to consider fighting for me and instead of fighting against me and whatnot. Rollins says, listen, man, I can give you purpose. You can find a purpose in fighting and fighting for the greater good. But Rey Mysterio and his son Dominic came out then, pretty much said that Owens not gonna fall for your BS and whatnot. Rollins pretty much challenged, for Extreme Rules, and that, Ray put up the challenge out for Extreme Rules, but, Seth says Destiny would be in his hands and whatnot, and, Rollins pretty much talked about, Ray, you don't have a tag partner tonight, so what are you going to do? Owens pretty much says, he would never fight by side with Seth Rollins, but he would fight against him and help Rey Mysterio, so whoever wins this match will pick the stipulation at Extreme Rules, which was an okay tag match, of course. Not bad at all, but I know Aleister Black did come back out after, Seth hurt him, and I guess if Seth got hit by Aleister Black, it can be a DQ and he could get the stipulation, but it ended up with, Dominic's son, because Seth kept messing with Dominic at the time. Dominic ended up taking Murphy's eyes, tried to gouge him out, throw him back in the ring. He got 619, and then a Frog Splash after that. Murphy takes another L, of course. He's one of the designated L guys right here. So, yes, Ray got the win, but then he got on the mic after and pretty much says it's going to be an eye for an eye match. I don't know what that means, but I think you're going to have to try to gouge or take the other guy's eye out in that match. So, yes, we got an eye for an eye match. What's going on here? Don't know what will happen, but we'll see what comes from this. But next up, we got MVP and Bobby Lashley, which there was a table in the ring and talked about Apollo Crews and whatnot. How MVP is a legend, everything. He's a two-time United States champion, and he's going to beat Crews at the pay-per-view now for the U.S. title, which I'm surprised that's even a match now. But, Lashley said, we can't do things official unless I'm saying something in it too, because, they pretty much lifted up this new thing. They tried to help Apollo Crews, but since he doesn't want to accept the offer, they got a new U.S. title. Now, I want to give my quick thoughts on this whole new United States Championship. I'm very iffy on it, and I'm kind of not digging it. I know people like it due to the whole wing eagle design and whatnot, but it's not. I don't know, man. I'm not kind of feeling it right here. I don't know. I'm not feeling this U.S. title belt. I almost would have stuck with the old U.S. title belt now. I'm trying to give it a chance. I know it's gold on it and everything, and it's a wing eagle, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of really iffy on this new United States Championship belt. Hell, I'm already seeing people say that either the old one is better, or hell, they'll say New Japan's U.S. title is better, which that's a true also. That's also a fact and everything, but I don't know, man. This new U.S. title belt, I'm very iffy. I've already got some people that say they don't like it, or they say it's kind of mixed. I'm on the bridge on this one. I'm kind of not liking this belt though. I don't know why. I'm just something about it, I ain't liking it though. I guess it was time to make a new championship, but I don't know. I'm just not feeling this belt for some reason, no. Like I said, I'm very iffy on this new United States Championship. But, MVP pretty much says he can't wait to beat Crews and everything. It's going to be official now and everything. He's going to be the new champion. But next, Ricochet and Cedric Alexander come out pretty much talking about, MVP and Lashley, that your little fantasy's gonna come to an end. They basically helping their friend and whatnot. Kind of funny we got a new U.S. belt, but the real U.S. champion is not even around right now. Kind of strange, but you know, pretty much MVP and Lashley, it's the Hurt Business, and I guess it's gonna go to Chapter 11 or something, as they put it. But Ricochet and Alexander pretty much got in the ring, pretty much brawl with Lashley and MVP, which Lashley wrestled, not Lashley, but MVP ended up wrestling in a suit then with Bobby Lashley to go against Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. I would say Bobby Lashley, like a freaking killer out there, ended up spearing Cedric Alexander, damn near killing him out there for the win. So yes, MVP and Lashley get the win over Cedric and Ricochet out there then. But like I said, right after that, then what do we get after this? Almas, Scars, and Zelina Vega in the back as they were pretty much starting to talk until Ric Flair showed up and says, "Listen, guys, I know what happened last week with Big Show and everything, but it's a must-do mission night. You must not fail. We're all gonna have to deal with Randy Orton tonight." Orton came in and says, "Listen, man, we're all third generation here, right? Orton is, Garza is, Almas is there, and they respect them, but even listen, one bit that you guys screw up there with this whole match against Big Show tonight, one time, I'm going to introduce you to the Legend Killer next, so you better be ready for this." But we got a 6-man tag with Randy Orton, Almas, Garza versus the Big Show and the Viking Raiders. This was not bad. I enjoy Orton more and more as a heel, especially when he pretty much told Garza to come here. And then he says, "I need you to get your," pretty much grabbed him by the throat and told him that, "I need you to get your head out of your ass. Okay, listen, I know you grew up in this business. I have respect for you. I have a special heart for you, and for a special place in my heart for you because you grew up in this business. But listen, do not think a second twice. I won't put your ass in the dirt. So get your head together and focus," basically telling Garza, since he's telling him and Almas not to argue with each other. The match was okay itself. 6-man tag was not bad. Orton ended up hitting the RKO onto Rowe right there for the win. So yes, they won the 6-man tag right after. Orton and them, so like I said, where will this go next? I have zero clue, but I'm enjoying heel Randy Orton more and more though in this, especially how he just grabbed Garza, pretty much threatening him. Could it be a new legacy, as some people are saying now? I don't know. Could Orton be forming another group with a whole bunch of third-generation stars? Not sure. But I guess we'll see what comes from that. But right after that, we went to Peyton Royce and Billy Kay. Pretty much talk about they beat Ruby Riott and everything. And, Ruby Riott came in, pretty much laughed, Liv Morgan and everything, because, she's not returning phone calls. They talked about it, but Ruby pretty much says that's not a problem. But tonight, I'm going to get one of you tonight. I'm going to focus on you after what happened last week. Pretty much as they walked off, though, Ruby Riott, they then moved the camera to MVP talk with Cedric, saying, like, "Listen, man, you want to stop being the sidekick, right? You want to keep sitting by Ricochet and everything and sitting and catering and whatnot." Cedric pretty much says, "You doing all this divide and conquer and whatnot, but listen, how come Ricochet got his own 365 documentary and you don't, huh? Me, him, and Lashley are equal partners, everything. I thought y'all supposed to be equal partners, but obviously one's getting better than the other, and pretty much said, y'all, you need to join us, all right? Or else you're going to be in the catering business for the rest of your career. Bon appetit." So, could Cedric join? I would not mind that if he joins. He needs to change direction in this thing, but, once again, another good promo by MVP right there. Ric Flair and Randy Orton were talking in the back until R-Truth came in, pretty much bumping into them and calling Flair the dirtiest player in the game, but you clean up a little bit too nice, Tozawa. Which, he's about trying to run somewhere. They let him run somewhere until Tozawa and the Ninja Foot Clan showed up. Orton stopped them and he says, "Which way did he go?" Orton basically pointing in a different direction, saving Truth, basically. I don't know where that means or where that's going, but he helped Truth out for whatever reason, though. That's kind of, didn't really expect that to happen, but hey, he helped him out, though. I don't know where that's going to go, but we'll see. Ruby Riott went against Billy Kay. Who takes the L in this again? Ruby Riott again, once again? Yes, L, but I guess there's a story behind this. Yes, Billy Kay beat Ruby Riott, though, right after that, but it's going to be going somewhere with Liv Morgan in this. I'll say that right now. It's going to end up with her and Liv Morgan doing something out of this. Next, though, I know the Kabuki Warriors ended up challenging Sasha and Bayley for those tag belts. They actually agreed upon it. Bayley didn't like, she didn't want to do it, but Sasha said, listen, man, we can prepare. We're ready for this. Nikki Cross is actually out there already on commentary table, pretty much talking about Sasha and Bayley and whatnot. And that, the security guards came in to try to inject that. She tried to rush them and whatnot, which did not work. So she was gone off of commentary, not very fast off of this. But right after we did get Asuka versus Bayley, champion versus champion. Not a bad match, actually enjoyable match. I know Nikki Cross was carried out of here, of course, throughout this match, but of course, Kairi and Sasha were out there still. Not a bad match at all. It was very enjoyable. I actually like this match. Now, some can argue with the finish of the tornado showing up behind not the tornado. What did I say? A tornado. I should say Nikki Cross showing up in the crowd, shocking Bayley and whatnot until, Asuka pretty much put her back in the Asuka lock right after. Bayley tried to break out of it several times, but Asuka was able to pretty much reverse into a pinfall, pinning Bayley after she got distracted by Nikki Cross, who was hanging in at the rafters, but at least with the other performance student people, guys with the mask on and whatnot right there. So it guess it scared the death out of Bayley and whatnot. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think Bayley's losing his title in general. But, yeah, they're scared to the death off it, basically, okay? That's basically what it was. But, like I said, Asuka won with the roll-up and whatnot and won the match. Other than that, that's my review of Monday Night Raw. Not very up-and-down show. Like I said, I thought Heath Slater coming back was pretty good. The U.S. title I'm iffy on right now. Main event was not that bad also with Sasha, not Bayley, but Bayley and Asuka wasn't bad. I guess Kairi's back in the fold of things. Like I see, a lot of people kind of get back in the fold of things right now when you look at it. I don't know where it's going to go into, but we'll see what happens next from this. But Raw, once again, up and down when it comes to this show and whatnot, depending on how you watch it and everything. But, hey, that's Raw for you, okay? But, yeah, other than that, though, pretty much went over everything I had to. Yeah, talking Rich Saver in this entire show Monday Night Raw tonight, okay? So, like I said, it's up and down everything, but it was a solid show of everything that was going on and whatnot. Like I said, new title belt and whatnot, so we'll see tell me what you think about this new championship belt. Do you like this new U.S. title design, or were you just stuck with the old one instead of dealing with this new one? Like I said, I'm iffy on it. I don't want to say it looks like the WCW one, but even the WCW one didn't look that bad all the way. So I don't know where this U.S. title thing is going to lead up into, but I can see a lot of people aren't really liking it right now, all right? But other than that, that's my Monday Night Raw review tonight on everything that's going on right here. Like I said, it's been a long night and everything, but yeah, we finally got this review done of this show, okay? Yeah, that's all I can really say from this show with Monday Night Raw. So other than that, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about the show. Follow me on Twitter at HoodandKnight890, or anything that is offline or possible, anything that can be uploaded or whatnot. Or, hey, I don't know, I feel like I'm just rambling on from things. But like I said, follow me on Twitter. You know it's me, H-double-D, coming in here with the news and reviews. No am, no I do, came and I saw, and we are now done with this review of Monday Night Raw. So other than that, yeah, comment, subscribe, and tell me what did you think about Raw tonight itself. Hopefully I didn't miss anything, or probably drawing a blank or whatnot. Maybe not drawing a blank. I'm not sure. But other than that, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.